Welcome, Mom. Hi. Happy Snowbird. They made it.
AKA, yes.
Yes. Cooker and your wine-loving vegan with seafood exceptions.
That's right.
Yes.
We don't have a lot of seafood going on today.
No,
but-
not today.
Or no wine either, but.
We could take care of that. It's not 5 yet. Behind our camera today is Jan. Maybe we'll have her,
I know.
yes, say hello at some point. She's doing our live for us so that Uncle
Yay.
Kevin can do our recorded for you. Okay, so we have 3 things we're gonna do today.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
and we kind of thought staple as well as a gluten-free, dairy-free type option.
Right.
As well as easy with one of them. Just like, we want you to walk out of this going, I can do that.
Right. Because a lot of people are intimidated by the kitchen, and there's a couple of easier steps that make that intimidation level go down. Okay, and that's really what we want. And I want you to have fun, and I want it to be good.
Yeah.
And staples are really, really important. So
They are.
they're not always right on, but they are important to start with.
Well,
So,
and I always
okay.
talk about this, but I'm gonna show it. I have been starting to put my staple on just a little, and this will actually become one of the point prizes, that you can get a staple note card and it'll have Powerhouse and all your fun stuff
Right.
on it. This is your staple.
Yes, and I tried to go with that. Okay, but I have too many staples.
How many staples do you
I
got
had
in
to
there?
flip through those cards all the time. Even Jan gave me different kinds of rings and everything else, and it didn't help. So I have mine, and it's just easier. It's more categorized, so I can find things. But I also have everything in a plastic sleeve, so that when I slop, because you will, you can wipe it off.
Yeah.
And that's easy. So
Yeah.
but that's my. And I bring this with me then. Okay.
Right.
That
It
goes
went
in
on
my-
the airplane.
Goes in my book bag. Went down to Kevin and Jan's. Came to your house, and we'll go back home to mine. So it has all of my favorites.
Yes.
Say hi to Lita,
Oh.
Debbie,
Hi,
and Julie.
Oh, yay! Hi, friends. We want you right here.
Yes, wouldn't this be fun?
And it says Heidi also.
Oh, hi, Heidi.
Yay.
Yes, yes,
Oh,
yes.
I bet Julie pulled Heidi. Thank you. Yes. Hello.
Okay, very
Are
nice
we
to
on?
have you
Yeah,
here.
we're on the Powerhouse page.
Okay. Just talking about the cookies, and we have some here. This is what they end up being like. And this is one of the first things that I ever did with the gluten-free that actually
Looks like a-
looked like a cookie. I mean, because most of the things come out flat and horrible and yuck. These are really, really good. They are egg-free and gluten-free. They're not sugar-free. Our chocolate chips use there's 2 different things that are on the market right now. You have Enjoy Life and you have a Toll House. Again, not sugar-free, but they're nut-free, allergy-free,
Dairy-free.
dairy-free,
Yes.
egg-free.
So these are the 2. And that way.
Right.
And they taste great. We actually thought, we did a taste testing and we
Yes.
think they taste better.
They're very
than-
good. They are more melty in your hands. Like when you're
Yes.
eating your cookies, you kind of need a little napkin close by with your glass of milk. Okay, we tweaked a little bit, and this particular recipe is in that Oshi Glows cookbook.
Yes.
We tweaked a little bit because Kim can't eat eggs. So, and I do all of my eggs, instead of using an egg, I use ground flaxseed and water. So you have 3 tablespoons of water to
Okay.
1 tablespoon, and I'll do the dry first here. Yes. So just make sure that that's nice and smooth. You put it over.
Yes, you
Yep.
did level it off.
Yep.
So
And you go
1 to 3 ratio.
Always.
And it counts as 1 egg.
Yes, exactly. Now, here's the deal. You can also use chia seeds, but that will give you a little crunch in your recipe. And you see it just maybe a tad more. So if you don't want to necessarily see it, this is an awesome way. The ground flax, I probably am using that. Once I found that was as
You
another
do
substitute.
it
That's what I
instead of
use.
the chia.
This sits for a couple of minutes. It doesn't have to sit forever. If it sits a little bit longer, it will become a little more glutinous.
Yes, we'll show you
Okay.
the difference. So this is pretty runny at the moment.
Okay.
And
I'm
then
gonna just
beef.
rinse this off real fast so that we have it in case we need it for something else. Okay.
So we'd let that sit and make everything
Yes.
up. So what we thought we'd show you today is the kind of quirkier ingredients than what you might already have in your
Right.
kitchen. So you would need something like the ground flax.
Right. Okay, almond flour. All right, this is, you can purchase this, and you can always, if you find that you really like it, you can get bigger bulks of it in your major things like Sam's and Costco,
Yeah.
which is definitely worth it. In the recipe, it says 1 cup of processed almonds. Like throw your almonds in a food processor and chop them up. Well, when I did that, it looked exactly like my almond flour. So I thought, why?
Why?
I don't. So from then on, I just started. If it called for a cup of chopped and a cup of almond flour, I just put in 2 cups of almond flour.
Right.
Today we doubled our recipe, so it was 4 cups of almond flour, and the recipe turns out.
In what aisle do you
Right.
find this in?
This is just in your regular flour.
What
with
about
all-
these?
With all the flour. Chia seeds are more in your baking area. And so is the flax can be over in the flours, in the flour section.
So start with the baking
yeah,
aisle.
right. And then,
And then maybe
definitely your chocolate chips are in that aisle, but this could be in your flour or baking.
Yes.
I would start with the flour aisle first for both those and then go from there. Okay. The other thing that's huge in my kind of cooking is the substitution for shortening and butter and things into a coconut oil. And what we found when we were working today, Lindsay's house is a little cooler than mine.
Lita's gonna laugh at that one.
So her coconut oil was definitely a lot harder. Mine comes out much softer and works well. So you can either soften it up a little bit in your microwave or just blend it a little bit longer and you'll be
Yes,
fine.
it still worked. It just.
Yes.
Michelle and Darcy say hi.
Oh,
hi,
Michelle and Darcy.
Yay.
That's so
Okay.
fun.
Good. So that was it. They go in the oven.
Should we
follow
show them
that.
our burn cookies?
Yes, just so you know.
Just so you never feel like.
Okay,
all
because here's the deal in cooking. Can you see these? Look at this is the way they're
Take 'em
supposed
over.
to look. And
This was our whoopsie doodles
Yeah.
because we got to talking, and this was our pay attention.
right. And it's not just talking. Okay,
Right.
ovens are different.
Yes.
Your pans are different. Like my cookie sheet at home doesn't have sides on it. The one that we use today does. That traps some more hot, more heat
Yeah.
in there. And when that happens, things are going to happen differently with your cookies. The other thing that can happen, Lindsay's big stove is out and she only has her little one. Well, the pan that we were using actually touched the side. That also is a bad thing in cooking. So just know that you've got some other obstacles in there if by chance you're at somebody else's house. Once you
Yes.
get it down in your house, you're all fine.
So can we just summarize why this is gluten free at the moment?
Okay, it's gluten-free because we're using almond flour instead of regular flour. Egg-free because we're using the ground flaxseed and water. And
That
the
was-
sugar-free, or not
It's
sugar-free,
not
but
sugar-free.
the dairy-free, nut-free is the chocolate
The chip.
chips with the Enjoy Life or the Toll House that can be found very easily now. Used to be you
Right.
had to order it on Amazon, so this is awesome.
So this talk right now is more for our food sensitivities. These are fabulous. I'd have them in the house, period, anyways. But we're not advocating that this is like so healthy, but at least we get to add in healthier things as we go that add in some protein, that add in some fiber. So it's better than your average cookie. But the point of this was definitely to hit some food sensitivities today. Okay? I'm gonna see, yes it did. So that was only that small amount of time, and you can tell that this got a little more gelatin, gelatiny? How do you say it? Gelatin.
Yeah, gelatinous.
Gelatinous, there we go. Okay,
Sounds good.
so that is our 1 egg, which is really cool, because now that you know that, you can use it anytime.
Works in everything.
It
I've
does.
used it in cakes. I've used it in cookies. I made some fish that needed to be. You flour it first, then you put it in an egg mixture, and then you put it in like a cracker crumb kind of thing. So if you're breading something, I used it for that, and it worked out perfectly. So anytime you need an egg, that's your go-to.